What are you telling me, people? Welcome back to the Mula podcast, and today I'm sat with someone who's usually on that side of the camera, my friend and certified camera guy, Ollie from Full Exposure.
Thank you. How you doing, bro? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, brother. How are you?
I'm good.
Firstly, I appreciate you jumping on. You know, usually the guy making everything look good, but today we're going to hear a bit more about your story.
Yeah, it feels weird, you know, being on the side of the camera, bro. It's weird. I've never seen this side before. I like it.
Yeah, you like being on this side. So, for the people who don't know who you are, tell us a little bit about kind of who you are and what Full Exposure is.
Yeah, so I'm Oliver, the founder of Full Exposure. We just basically make video production, but we do everything from, we started off at weddings, music, obviously podcasts with you.
Yeah.
Basically, if it's a video, we'll do it to a certain extent.
Okay. So, tell me a little bit more about kind of your background, because, you know, where you came from, where you're going, stuff like that.
Yeah, so, I mean, since I was like 8-year-old, loved cameras.
Yeah.
And I used to got a camera for Christmas one year, made like shitty little YouTube videos, you know, like that phase. And I never grew out of that phase really, do you know what I mean? Then, yeah, I got to like 15, 16 after doing it in college and stuff, and got approached to do a wedding. So I did a wedding and then did a few weddings, so on. And then I decided actually I can probably build like a business from this and a team.
Yeah.
And now we've got a team of like 9 guys, from videographers, editors, colour graders. And yeah, here we are now.
So where did the creative interest come from? Was it music videos? Was it YouTube? Was it film and media?
I don't really know. Do you know what? Yeah, if it's a video, I like doing it. It's weird.
Yeah.
I've not really got a specific niche. Like we don't actually have a niche. It's weird. We probably should have a niche. But
I've seen you doing some mad stuff.
Yeah, some random stuff.
Random stuff.
But it's sick. Like anything creative. Like if it's a video that's creative, the corporate stuff, that's the bread and butter. Like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That pays the bills.
That's where you make the money.
Yeah, but you don't get any creativity on that. So
Yeah.
that's why I like doing weddings sometimes. You get more creativity with that. But like rap music videos and like event coverage,
Yeah.
that's kind of where we started. We don't do as much now, but still get there. You know, the few every year sort of thing. They're very, very fun because it's just like, it's like being at a gig, being paid to do it and to film it, jumping on the stage. Like the other month we was at a stage, 40,000 people, bro.
Yeah.
I'm stood on this stage. Well, one of the guys that I brought with me was just sat there like actually shaking, and I was just loving it, bro. It's mental. Like, you're looking out and it's just a crowd of people, you cannot see the end. Like that is something I never thought I'd experience, and obviously it's not me that they're coming to see, but it still feels cool. Do you know what I mean?
See, I've done that a few times with a couple of my boys who are DJs at Warehouse Project. It is mad. Sitting on that
weird,
side of the
it?
decks is crazy.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? It's very weird, bro. But I love it.
You're saying about the corporate side of things. That's obviously the bread and butter. That's what makes you your money. So how do you kind of secure that kind of work?
Do you know what, right? It's the weirdest thing. It's like mainly word of mouth.
Yeah.
Like the weirdest thing. I have put so much time and money into ads, and bro, we've had like magazine marketing, we've had like emails, we've had paid ads, everything, and nothing works the same as word of mouth.
Yeah, 100%.
Like some of the clients that I've got from word of mouth are insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're still trying to sort of figure that out, the best way to put the money into marketing, because obviously every business needs to do it.
Yeah.
But it's kind of figuring out where. We're still looking at that. So yeah, word of mouth, bro, 100%.
See, I'm currently in that process as well, just figuring out how to get the marketing strategy, which people to trust my money into to then push my stuff out. But I mean, you are correct, like everything, it's kind of finding the right vertical that works for you.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you know what I mean?
Bro,
so
100%.
where would you say most of your marketing kind of comes from? Is it social media? Is it?
Yeah. So social media, like running paid ads, they work quite well. Something that we're still trying to bang. Google, I get the randomest jobs from Google, bro. Like the randomest jobs. You know, it's just about trying to get like clients to leave reviews, so you get pushed up to the top. And then when you're searching like Manchester video production, we're coming up at the top and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That, you know, one day you're number 1, next day you're 27. Do you know what I mean? And you just got to like work with that. But yeah, I think at the moment, majority is still word of mouth, 100%. Like we met, bro, didn't we, through networking? Do you know what I mean?
Funnily enough, funny story that actually.
Yeah.
So I actually met Ollie because I was playing basketball in Hume Park, and I met one of his camera guys. And then obviously we got talking. I wasn't too interested at first until he mentioned the FX3, and I was like, oh, I've been looking to get an FX3 camera. And then obviously after that, started a couple of conversations. We went out some Bria tacos, didn't we? And then fucking
mad. Then here we are now, bro.
Yeah.
we're doing like 10 podcasts now, pretty much.
Yeah.
Mad.
I know.
But yeah, it's network, bro. 100% network. Like it is. You know that they're saying it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah.
In this industry, anyway, that is like the most true thing I've ever heard. It's weird, but.
Yeah, it's your network is your net worth, and I feel like with creatives as well, like you're working with a lot of creative people, and creative people know creative people.
Yeah,
so
100%. 100%. It's like, and it's the work that you've got as well.
Yeah.
Like I could have a degree that says I'm amazing, but if my portfolio is lacking, then it's absolutely useless. No one has ever come to me and said, have you got a degree in this? They want to see my work, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
100%. That's why I dropped out of uni, because I did it for a while, the business was working, and I was like, I can't do both of these at once. And obviously, like, as being self-employed, no one's ever gonna ask for the degree. Yeah, so 100%. Yeah, just taught myself, bro.
100%. So is it, so did you do this in uni?
Yeah. So I did this in school, did it in college, did it in uni for 2 years, and then stupidly enough, the third year I dropped out. Yeah. So I wasted all that money, but it was working. I had at that point I was studying in uni, my teacher literally said to me, why are you here? Like, he'd seen some of the work, heard some of the clients that I was working with, it was like, you don't need to be here, this is not for you. You can't keep up with the work and do the work that you're doing. Like, he literally told me to get fucked, really. There's no point you being here, 100%. And that was the best thing I ever did, to be honest. Yeah.
So what was it that kind of made you make that decision? What was kind of the turning point for that? Was it like, just you had like a foundation of clients that you kind of was working with already and it was quite easy to just get over to that, or?
Yeah, I think a bit of like, thinking I'm done with uni, like I hated it. It wasn't. I was never good at school. Do you know what I mean? I'm great at filming, but then when someone's like, "Can you write about why you're good at that?" I'm like, I don't know. Like, do you know what I mean? So that's what like put me up. But yeah, I think just realizing I've got to hand all this work in that I can't do as well as my business, and I had some great clients. I had some guaranteed work coming in. I wasn't going to the lectures, so I was like, it's time, innit? And probably, as I say, the best thing I ever did.
So obviously we've had a couple conversations in the past as well. I know full exposure isn't your first business. But give me a little bit in terms of the timeline of that. How did that kind of come about? Because I know you've done quite a few. You've had your fingers in many pies. Let's just say that.
Yeah, it's weird. I've always had like a business mindset. Yeah. I've never really stuck to like a full-time actual job. Even as a kid, I did a bit like waitering and that. But yeah, I've always had a business. Like there was at one point where I was the biggest like crystal jewellery seller on Etsy, and all I was doing was drop shipping from eBay, like Indian jewellery, and the markup was like
crazy
5x sometimes on these pieces, bro. I'm like, yeah, like so I had that randomest thing ever, bro. I knew nothing about crystals or anything. I just seen a little gap. When I was 12, I had like a little clothing brand that did quite well for what it was, but I was 12, so obviously I tried it like a 12-year-old with a business, you know what I mean? I was buying like random designer and stuff and I had nothing to show for it. Yeah, I've had like very random businesses, bro, but this has been like the one that I've always wanted to do and always like seen myself doing it, but it's kind of one of them things where this business, like the dropshipping thing, I need no money to start that. Yeah. If I want to make a decent video production company and have like, you know, all this equipment and stuff, bro, you can't just get 40 grand. Unless you like got rich parents, you can't just get 40 grand together and just start splashing the cash on all the equipment. And then if not, you starting with shit equipment and you starting with a few hundred quid camera, it's going to be really hard, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? So that was one of the things where I kind of just chipping away at saving up and stuff, and then this was always going to be the idea. But in saying that as well, it's not, you know, I kind of do also want to dip into other little things. I'm looking at the moment at like getting an app developed, and that is, I can't really say too much about it, but it is completely nothing to do with video. But this will always be like my main thing. If I could do this for free, I would. 100%. It's the only business where if I could do it for free, I 100% would. But obviously, sadly, there's rent to pay.
It's a lovely game, you know.
100%, bro. 100%.
So obviously, I know you've gone from, you said what, you've got 9 people working for you now?
Yeah, roughly 9, and that's all around the world, to be fair. At this point, we have like an Indian team for editing. Our official UK editing team is based in London, and they are absolute killers. Like Formula 1 editors, Mercedes editors, and they do all of my stuff as well. Nice. And then like video crew. So we've got some based in London, we've got some in Manchester, got a guy up in Leeds. Kind of all scattered. We don't have like a set place. It's never in the office, is it? You're never going to be filming a video in the office. It's always going to be everywhere. But so got a good team. Looking to grow it, but at the moment, enough. You know what I mean?
So how did you kind of scale that from being a one-man band to, you know, building kind of a videography kind of empire? What kind of got from that to that?
I think, do you know what it is? It's having that dream job land on your desk. Having that job where it's like, we've got 20 grand budget, 30 grand budget. We've
had a conversation about this.
Yeah. You know, like you're getting that job where it's like thousands and thousands and thousands. You've got the budget to spend. I don't see that as like, I'm going to be so rich. I see that as in this video is going to be sick, you know, 100%. So then I'm getting like loads of team, getting it together. And then once you've done one, it's easier to get more. Do you know what I mean? So I was solo for like a couple of years. Full exposure was just me, but I always had that vision to turn it into more. It was never like just a personal brand thing. And then you get that like dream job, get a couple of them, and all of a sudden you've got a team.
So what would you say, just following on from that, what would you say the biggest budget you've had for a project?
Ooh, So we had a job at 50 grand.
Yeah.
Like not too long ago.
Yeah.
And that was probably the best we've had profitability wise.
Yeah.
Purely because everything else, like we had like not long ago I had a 10 grand job, and it was like quite simple. They wanted a few videos, like a few 1 minute videos. Sounded really.
Was that a corporate job?
Very corporate. Yeah, it was for actually.
Oh.
And it was for a product that he had, and he wanted something on the back. I can't say too much about it because it's not out yet. But it was working with like celebrities and sports stars and stuff to create this product. And basically it was a few 1 minute videos, sat down talking to camera, pretty simple, kind of like what we're doing here. So you'd think it'd be quite cheap and I could make a good profit on it, but truthfully I did not make that much at all. But it's because we
threw the expenses.
Bro, we just threw the kitchen sink at it. Do you know what I mean? 'Cause it was a big client. Like I seen it as an investment, 100%.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think now we're looking at the point where we're going to carry on doing that as well. You know, if you would check out a booking with me now, like, I mean, as you know, do you know what I mean? Every time you give me a budget, you see where it's gone. Do you know what I mean?
No,
you can always
exactly,
see where it's gone. And I think that's the main thing for a while, building that trust,
Yeah.
making sure, you know, they're not seeing me pull up in a Lamborghini, robbing the money and giving them a one camera setup for 10 grand. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of doing that for a while and yeah, seeing where it goes.
But I feel like that always kind of works in your favour as well, right? Because I know you said that hasn't dropped yet, didn't you?
Yeah, it's
product
not
right?
for a
But
while,
I mean,
that.
when that comes out and you've got that to add to your portfolio, surely that's going to help you get them bigger projects with the more money and
100%.
because people see what you can do with 50 grand. Imagine if they could give you 100 grand. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. So it's like it's always an investment. Like for instance, not long ago, a few months ago, we took on a documentary. It was called 40 Years of Fundraising. There's this guy called Ian Botham. He's raised £50 million for charity. He's like the best cricketer in the world or something. He's a beast. He did it with Bradley Wiggins, a cyclist.
Oh,
you know
yeah,
that guy? So that was like a full 2-day filming down south. Big crew, big everything, and because it was for charity and because it was a really cool project to get on, just did it for free. I did it out of my own pocket, paid everyone out of my own pocket, and just did it for free. And that was so valuable to me because it's work that I can happily show off. I can put my logo right at the end of it, being like, we produce this, and it's proud in it. So if I can ever like sort of support charities and stuff, more than down to do. We try to work with sort of like 3 charities a year. So yeah, see what 2026 brings.
No, happy days, bro. And this is why I love this guy, you know, because after the first time we met, we were just talking. He's like, obviously, he's quite invested in the project and the podcast and stuff like that. But he was like, look, I'll, help you out for the first couple, and we'll figure out something out so that we can do it at such a cheap rate, so we can get it going, we get it moving.
100%, bro.
And then that's just kind of built like a beautiful relationship after that. So now we've got something that's going every single week. And
100%, bro.
It's gonna keep going forever.
Exactly that. I think the fact is a lot of videographers try to sell videos. We sell solutions. Do you know what I mean? Like we sell the full thing. You're not just getting a video.
Selling.
Yeah, 100%. It's right though, isn't it? You know about selling. Like it is. It's like offering a solution rather than we're going to give you a video. We're going to give you this with this results. And obviously you can never guarantee what a video is going to do online. Once I had a client ask me, well, how many views, how many sales I'm going to get off this video, and I'm like,
can't tell you possibly.
How long's a piece of string, mate? Do you know what I mean? But
to have a crystal ball.
Exactly that. But some of the best results we've had, we managed to grow accounts by like 30,000 followers in 8 weeks and stuff like that. Which, to say they only had 20k and that took them 5 years to come in 8 weeks and just do that, mad. It's and at the same time, we got tens of millions of views on the videos and stuff, and that was just through all organic, not paid, all organic stuff. And that was 2 months with them doing that.
Because I've seen like the most recent work you was doing for can't remember his name. Sorry, bro. The horse guy.
Yeah, the Ford.
I've seen that before.
The Ford ad, yeah.
That video looks sick.
Yeah, it's gangster.
It looks gangster.
It's like it's Ford. They're going to expect something, and that's actually the second time working for Ford. We did something else with the Botham guy. We did some of that as well. But yeah, you see a big guy, like you've got to impress them in it. You know what I mean? They're not going to accept something shit. So yeah, that was like kind of one of them things, throwing the kitchen sink at it and trying to make it look amazing. But we was very happy with it at the end, to be fair. And that was actually a 1 camera setup as well. That was just me.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's sick, bro.
There's time and a place in it. Some people will just be the one crew. That's all they need. That's all they need. I'm working on an American project at the moment. I can't say too much, but it's owned by, and I will bleep this, but I'll tell you, it's owned by. And I was doing some yesterday. By their family. And it's some American show. Like, has also got something in it, and that's, believe it or not, just a 1 camera.
Can I bleep that bit out or no?
Yeah. I don't know what I can say in it. I'll ask you if I can say it, but yeah, mad. Like that's just a 1 camera setup. That's just me, and it's like it's weird, isn't it? You'd think they want like 100 guys, like you know what I mean? But yeah, it's just me.
It's just Ollie with a camera.
It's just me. Yeah. It's weird.
Kid from Huddersfield, Halifax. I do that every time. Every time.
Yeah, I don't like to say it, but from Halifax.
But yeah, I think. something that I'd like to know anyway is just how that opportunity with H came about.
You see that one? Yeah,
I seen that.
But that's crazy, that. So, never worked with H before previously. I did some stuff with him with Drama Call, the brand. I had a guy that I knew and we was going there and we did like a video for them, just like separately, like as a vlog. So I'd had him on my camera then, but I was on the way back from Leeds, jumped on a train, walking through the Northern Quarter, and I've spoke to his manager before, and I've seen his manager, and they was filming there was like a live show there, it's like a little pop-up surprise show. And I was like, oh, how you doing, bro? You all right? You know, just saying hello. And basically, long story short, they didn't have a drone pilot. I had the drone in my bag, and I was like, go on then, bro, I'll get it up.
Right place, right fucking time.
100%. Do you know what I mean? I knew the guy already, so that network is there.
Network inside, yeah.
And then I just had a drone in my bag, and I was on the way back from a job, and I went, go on then, 15 minutes of shots, and then film for H for that. It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, that's sick. It's funny how things kind of work out that way.
100%. Network, right place at right time.
Yeah.
You couldn't really beat that, you know what I mean? You can't beat that.
So I mean, sometimes in situations like that, the stars just align, you know?
100%, 100%.
But I feel like that's also about like putting good energy out into the world, do you know what I mean? I know that might sound a bit, but I mean, if you keep kind of putting yourself out there, doing things for people, it kind of comes back to you in a way you don't always expect it, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Because you said you met that manager before, right?
Yeah. Not even through like work and stuff, to see him. Do you know, I can't even remember how we met, but you meet so many people in the industry, don't you? You just get talking to them, and I think people buy from people, 100%.
Yeah.
I've met people that are so good at video production and amazing, but they can't
They're
talk,
lacking on the
bro.
people side.
Yeah, they don't know how to speak, and it's like, you want someone that's easy to work with more than anything, don't you? You want to be able to work with them as well, and that's what it comes down to. If you've got the people skills, and I like to think I do, I'm good at speaking to all sorts of people.
There's always a certain element of sales in there, like in any
100%.
business model, you always need a sales element.
100%.
And in this case, you need to sell yourself.
Yeah.
Like you said, your solution.
Exactly that. And there's so many videographers that are so good, but they'll never be able to make it because they don't treat it like a business. You need to treat it like a business, like any other business. But with video, they kind of just sit there, make some videos, and just expect the work.
It's very transactional. They do a job, they get paid for it. They're not really thinking of the relationships and what they could benefit from that further in the future and stuff like that. It's more cash money grab. You know what I mean?
And the situation in England at the moment, no one's loaded. Everyone, obviously they are, but everyone's got the cost of living and all that. Everyone's like,
trying to cut costs.
Everyone's trying to cut costs. So you can turn around and be like, nah, I can't do well with that. Nah, I want to get my bread. Or you can make that good relation, not make so much money on that video, but then when you've got 10 videos in a month of them, it's know what I mean, it works out. So yeah, definitely thinking like that. Any videographers that are like, looking, how do I actually kind of make this a full-time job? And I'm doing bits on the side, networking 100% and treat it like a business. Treat it like, even if it's not a production company, it's just your personal brand. Get out there, run ads. So like treat it, think about it, how can I actually make this into a full-time business and be, like a freelancer?
So for people watching, what advice do you have in terms of like the social media side of things? Because I'm quite interested, so I know other people will probably be interested as well. Like what advice do you have someone trying to grow like a social media page or a YouTube page or something like that?
So I've probably got quite a boring answer, but the main one, consistency. Without a doubt, consistency. It cannot be, there's no right answer. You cannot beat it. If you're pulling out, it's not a quality over quantity game. It is kind of, obviously you want to make them good. Do not get me wrong, you don't want to be posting random stuff, but just consistency. If you can post, if you start posting now, you just chat into the camera with your phone once a day, bro, 2 months, look back, then results are mad. And I think as well, a lot of people don't give it the time. They see a month, nothing's really happened.
People give up.
Exactly.
People give up.
And that's what it is at the end of the day. You've got to just keep at it. Don't look at it like, I'm failing, it's not working yet. The algorithm doesn't like you to start with. It doesn't know you, doesn't trust that you're going to be like a reliable sort of, influencer, creator, whatever you call it. But after a few months of posting daily, they see you as like, oh, you're a reliable guy. We'll get you out there and stuff. And it takes one video to bang.
Absolutely.
It takes one video to bang. So like going back to the guy that I did the Ford ad with, he shoes horses, bro. He shoes horses. Like, he's just a farrier. He does like a 9 to 5. He works for himself, of course, but he is just a normal guy. And he's now got collectively 3 million followers. Just shooting horses. He's got brand deals with some crazy things, and he just films himself working. Do you know what I mean? There's other people, there's a guy on TikTok that I've seen that fixes phones and
and that's what I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I see one the other day, it was just, you remember them old Bionicle toys? Do you remember them? It might be a bit before your time, to be fair, but they're and he was literally just putting these together, and by the half an hour it went, and I've watched about 20 of them.
Yeah.
But it's just him building these fucking toys.
It's mad, isn't it?
And the views are crazy.
It's mad, bro. If you actually if you scroll on TikTok for a bit and then you look at what you've been watching, you kind of get a bit like, what am I doing with my life?
Yeah.
I'm just watching someone fucking make keys in the van, bro, because someone's like locked out of the house. You know what I mean? It's the most bullshit thing ever, but it just proves that people will watch it. If you're entertaining, people will watch it, and it is like the number one key. Then people, they're not trying to sell on the video. They're not being like, buy keys from me because I'm this sick. They're not even doing anything different. It's just creating that personal brand and just doing that. And that is like the one thing I think 2025,
Oh, it's that key guy.
Yeah. You think, I need, like for instance, I needed my car cleaning. And I remember I seen a guy that does it, and I watched his shit, and I immediately thought him, and I use him. And then 20 minutes later, I'm scrolling TikTok, bro. My car's being live stream cleaned. You know what I mean? Like, he knows what he's doing, like 100%. And that's the thing. It's just he only got that sale because he's posting videos. To be fair, he didn't show anything that means he's like the best.
It's just putting yourself out there on a regular, isn't it?
Definitely, yeah.
Crazy. So I think another question from me, like just kind of following on from that question, is just what kind of advice do you have for ads and stuff like that? It doesn't have to be your full secret, it doesn't have to be your full trademark, but
for like running ads?
Yeah, just like, do you have any advice for anyone looking to kind of scale their business using Instagram ads, for example? You know how they've got different versions, like sponsored ads, or there's the other ones, I can't remember.
Yeah. So you want to use like meta ads as standard. If you ever try to think of boosting a post, this is quite like
boosting posts.
Never boost a post.
That's what I've
You never
heard
do
as well.
that. You need to use it in like the meta dashboard. Because Apple takes like 35% of money off you for doing that. So you don't want to do that. And it's not very personalised. You need to make sure you're targeting the people. And bear in mind, I don't have a deep understanding of ads. I make the ads, and I have a team that do that. So I can't tell you too much because I don't know loads. But all I know is that you need to make sure that what you're how much money you're spending on the ad, you need to make sure you're spending so much money on actually creating the ad as well. There's no point, taking 10 minutes on Canva and then spending £1,000 on it, because it's like, it's not going to convert, is it? Do you know what I mean? You can throw it at 1 million people. If it's shit, it's shit. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's my best advice. Actually make sure that what you're putting all that money into, because I've seen it so many times, like, why is my ad not working? And I'm like, look at it.
It's funny you say that, because I actually went to kind of, what is it called? Like a seminar about that.
Yeah.
It was not too long ago actually, and I was actually thinking about reaching out to these guys again, because what they were saying was good quality, good value add basically. But it was like, you got to find, your ads have got to target the right people at the right time. And it's funny because he literally, one of his selling points was, he said to everyone, he's like, how are you all here today? And every single one said, through the Instagram ad.
Through an ad, 100%.
Every single one, and it was a room full of 1,000 people.
Yeah, 100%.
And every single person came from an Instagram ad. And he was like, powerful. It worked with all the views, so come give us your money. You know what I mean? Basically,
it works. 100%, but I think so many people, like for instance me, I'm trying to sell video production, right?
Yeah.
Fucking 50-year-old Karen that's got like a job doing whatever she's doing, she does not care about my services. She's never going to use them.
That's a wasted penny.
Yeah, it's a high ticket niche item. So you've got to make sure you're smashing that, your niche, the people that are going to use you, 100%, make sure you're actually, using them correctly. Because if not, it's wasted money. It's just going to be like, if you're boosting that post just randomly and you're putting like an age range in, if I was doing that, how many of them people, like if you look at the percentage of how many people in the UK aged 24 to 74 or whatever, want to use video production, be a tiny number, wouldn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's a niche thing, so definitely getting that niche, looking at like, targeting like entrepreneurs and business owners and stuff like that, or if you're doing like the wedding route, people who have searched in about getting married and stuff like that, that's how you need
looking
to
at wedding rings, looking at stuff like that.
Yeah, if they're looking at wedding rings, then they're probably going to look for a videographer. So you've got to see it like that.
So what would you say the big struggles of running a video production company is kind of at the beginning?
At the beginning? Yeah, so the struggles throughout, 100%. Like the struggles I'm facing now are nothing like when I started. But at the start, it's the equipment, of course. Like these cameras are like, what, a car each? Do you know what I mean? A few cars, some cars, like 4 cars.
Middle question, or part question. What's the cost of the setup here today?
So there's about, with all the lighting, the mics, all the equipment, probably nearly 40 grand. Like, probably if I was to guess, probably between 30 and 40 grand. Now,
crazy.
You know what I mean?
That had to build up over time. Though.
Exactly. Do you know what I mean?
Sorry, but I digress anyway. Carry on.
no, but yeah, so at the start it's the funding. And obviously you've got to compete, and these guys have already got that. And you're trying to come on the scene with a £300 camera, then it ain't going to run, is it? Especially with how good phones are nowadays. A £300 camera, your iPhone will be better than that. So there's, you know what I mean? There's no point. So yeah, equipment, but then as we go to like later on, like a problem I'm facing now.
Cash flow.
Yeah, cash flow, bro. Especially in Manchester, no one's got any money, bro. And they like you'd have to be a dickhead for me to take you to like small claims.
Yeah,
100%. Like obviously if you don't pay me eventually I would have to go through like a legal route and stuff, but like I probably shouldn't even say this on the podcast.
Ollie ain't no snitch.
Yeah, yeah, innit? Like, but at the same time, you know, if someone doesn't pay me for 30 days and they give me a message like, yo, we've not got the money through yet, you know. Because obviously, as you can imagine, it's not even like waiting on profit. The amount of money we've put into that video to get it back.
You're at a loss at that point.
Exactly. So we have to recoup. And I mean, at the moment, I'm starting like 10 grand to come through.
Yeah.
Now, after I spent all this money, I ain't got 10 grand to just like, oh, it's fine, I'll get that whenever. Like, every bit of money, you know, we need to come back. So, yeah, I think at the moment, managing cash flow, definitely managing cash flow. When you've got like a 9-to-5 job, you know your wage is going to come through. Like legally, it is going to come through.
So I mean, there's a difference between being employee broke and being business owner broke.
Yeah, 100%.
Because business owner broke, you're going from deal to deal. When you don't know when that deal's coming in. Even if that deal does come in, you don't know when they're going to pay you. It's a whole kind of problem in itself, isn't it?
If you struggle to sleep at night, don't start a business. Yeah. Like 100% right. So there is times where you like, you know, that's why I like having like retainers and stuff. The best thing for a videographer, video production is retainers. You're guaranteed money. It's technically a wage. You're guaranteed it every month. You can sleep comfortably at night knowing that money is going to hit my account, and you know it's like having a job whilst having your own business. It's the best way to do it. But obviously it doesn't work like that. We're lucky enough now to have a few retainers and stuff like that. But there was a time before where we're just waiting for the odd job and stuff like that, and them times can be quite hard to sleep. But we've always survived, so it's all right. We're always gonna.
So what would you say your first big bag, your first big project was? I think that I asked you something similar, but not quite in terms of the project.
I think
you know what I mean?
the first big client that I had that was like great paying and you know reliable, like every week I did. There was a few years ago, and I was going through years back, there's a DJ called Judge Jules. Yeah. Now, you might not know him, innit? Because I didn't know him either. Yeah. If you ask your dad, he'd be like, obviously I know Judge Jules. He was voted like the best DJ in the world in 1995. So do you know what I mean? But like the older generation love him, bro, and he sells out like 40,000 arenas and stuff. Do you know what I mean? So my jobs, and every week we was covering him, like every week without fail, all around the UK and whatever. You know, he does Ibiza and stuff like that. And yeah, that was the kind of like the first big one where I was like, oh, this is sick. Do you know what I mean? Guaranteed money every week. You're doing what you love. You're going to parties, jumping on stage with massive amounts of people and coming home with a wealthy bit out of it after. So yeah, that was the first big one, definitely. Yeah.
What did you buy with your first big paycheck? You must have bought something outrageous. I think everyone does.
More gear.
More gear.
Probably more gear, yeah, truthfully. I don't buy too much. Like I like my clothing, I like my jewellery and stuff, but yeah.
Well, to be fair, you're living quite nice. You've got a nice apartment.
Yeah,
you know?
That's where it probably all goes.
And it's all based off camera money, so hats off to you. You know.
Bought a dog actually. That's what I do with money. I bought a dog. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Bought a dachshund.
Yeah, cool.
A dachshund. Yeah, because I live in a flat, so I can't get too much.
Yeah, a little dash.
Yeah. Shout out to Frank. Shout out to Frank.
So we've talked about the wins, and I asked this question to everyone, and I feel like they always get like a drop feeling in their stomach. But what was the biggest loss you've had?
Biggest loss. I mean, we'll wait to see if the people pay me, to be honest.
It could be a new one.
Yeah, it could be a new one. But one of my biggest losses, and it was just such a like, it wasn't even like loads of money. It was just a big L because it just felt very personal. And so what it was, this was like quite at the start. I just got a bit of a team together. The guy that I sent doesn't even work for me anymore, but he was like kind of like right at the start. We had a Mexican restaurant that we was doing some filming for. I went, did some shooting, we made like a promo video, whatever. Then a couple of weeks later, they hit us back up saying, we've got like a big party that we're throwing. It's going to be amazing. We need video crew there, all this and that. So of course I sent a few guys, and that party went terribly. No one turned up, half the dancers or whatever didn't show. Obviously nothing to do with us. We produced great content out of it, but a dead party is a dead party. Do you know what I mean? You cannot make it look amazing, but we still need paying, of course. We've still done the video, it makes no difference to us. And the guy blocked me the day after. Really? And then, and I was like just starting out, so I didn't really know what to do. I didn't have a solicitor.
Should have gone down to the fucking restaurant with the camera crew.
Yeah, I should have done, 100%. It was like fucking, I think it was Barnsley or something like that. I wasn't about to go do that. I just thought, move on, like, it is what it is. But now, that's why you've got solicitors and accountants. You know, you've got a team now, because at first I was like, nothing.
So I mean, no one likes to go down that route, and I feel like everyone wants to avoid it as much as possible, but sometimes it's kind of the last resort that you have to go down.
Yeah, 100%, especially when you're talking big figures and you put so much money into, you know, doing the jobs. If they don't pay, it's like...
If they don't get a legal letter through the door, usually they're not fucking paying.
Yeah, well, exactly. There is clients like that, and you just know not to work with them again. It is basically robbery. Like, it is, you know, I've literally robbed my money and time to put into this. I've still got to pay people's wages. I can't just say, oh, they've not paid, sorry mate, you're not getting a wage, you know. So, yeah, that's a big one. Just like people not paying and stuff is big L. But it's never because of the work. That's what's annoying. We get 100% satisfaction. Genuinely not had one client turn around and go, "You've robbed me, what is this?" Every time, spot on. But some people like, "I haven't got the money, I'll pay you next month," whatever like this, and you've just got to deal with it. You've just got to deal with it, 100%.
100%. So what would you say, from your first shoot to obviously now, stuff like this, what would you say is the thing that's improved most technically?
I think it's just stupid, but everything. Everything. The equipment is, you know, Netflix cinema cameras. The lighting, there's houses in the lighting, you know, the skills. The best team I've ever had. Myself, I've improved everything. Like literally, there's not one thing that's not improved by going back even like a year. Everything, you know, it's constant growth. And I feel like you get better at certain stuff. Like we have a team now where specific for like rappers. You know, I've got a guy out right now at the SL show. He's shooting that. Weddings, I have a guy for that. You know, the corporate stuff, it's kind of like separating them and making
and delegating for like people with the right skills sort of thing.
Specialists in certain areas and stuff. Like, you know, there was a time where we'd have a videographer who would also do editing and stuff, and now videographers, you know, cameramen film, editors edit, colour graders grade. Do you know what I mean? And that's the best way to do it, and that's when you make the best product. 100%. You've got specialists throughout.
So I always ask this question, well, to people who have a team and have people working for them, because I feel like your employees are your strategic advantage. They're like, but finding these people is not very easy. You know, you can lose a lot of money, you can spend a lot of time investing into these people, and it'd be an absolute waste of time. So how do you find the right people to put around your circle, sort of thing?
Do you know what, right? There is so much demand for video jobs, like videographers and stuff. Obviously I have Discords and stuff that I like chatting and put like last minute jobs in, but when building a team and looking for, you know, people to take on, networking at first, like people I've met in the industry, and I thought, "You're great, like I'll come back to you," and stuff like that. But we put a job up on Indeed, and within I think 24 hours we had 500 people or something like that. By the full when it expired, I had over 1,000 people to look through. Now, you know, like our sort of day rate, like what we'll pay our crew is anywhere between like 200 to £1,000 a day, depending on what it actually is. And you know, videographers love that. If they can just get a day wage for filming and then giving the files and going and getting a nice wage, they love it. And that's why there's so many that, you know, try to get that. Some of them, as I say, they don't like to deal with the business side of stuff. They're just good at what they do, and they want to go with their camera, not even speak to anyone, film, and then go home and then get the wage. And that's kind of why there's a massive demand. But it's like diamonds in the mud. You know what I mean? Like, no offense, but there's obviously a lot. Everyone's at different levels and stuff like that. So when I'm building a team and I'm paying, you know, really good wages, I want to make sure that they are the best of the best in Manchester with the best equipment as well. You know, like obviously if we have to use our equipment, it's like buying extra. So if they've already got their own, that's even better. So yeah, I think a mixture of networking and like Indeed and stuff like that, surprisingly enough.
I was going to ask you what's the worst client experience you've had, but would that be the same?
That'd be that
one
guy.
and the same thing.
Yeah, just getting blocked, bro. Just getting like peer blocked and then ignored on like other numbers and that. I was like, it's got to leave this at this. I know.
So other than money, what makes a dream client?
I think easy.
What kind of sphere of work would you like it to be in? Is it music? Is it?
So I love music. Always going to love music.
Music's always going to be a fun one.
100%. It can never be boring. Can it really be boring? You go and film like a music video, an event, it's never going to be that boring, is it? 100%. But I think it doesn't matter about the industry, it's about how that client is as a person. If they're easy to work with, you can get along with them, you can chat and stuff like that. And every sort of, you know, videographer, video production, whatever, that always, you've got an idea in your head. Like when you had this idea to create a podcast, you've got it in your head, but you can't really draw it out. You can't really. I've got to extract it from your head and make it into reality. And some people are really hard to sort of. They don't know what they want in their head, so it's really hard for us to sort of do that. But yeah, I think getting someone that's really easy to work with. They've got a good enough budget where we're not trying to like, because as I say, I would like to say I work with every sort of budget. Like we can make anything happen. Obviously, if you're going to come with £100 and you might as well film it on your phone, you're not going to get anything for that. But when they've got enough budget that we can like have fun with it and we don't have to worry about cutting costs and all stuff like that, that's amazing. But the main thing is nothing about money. It's about actually having just the dream client who is easy to work with, you get along with, you know, you could go for a drink at the pub with them. Do you know what I mean? Like, exactly. Do you know what I mean? It's like having that good relationship, and that's the best thing, without a doubt.
Where do you see full exposure in the next 5 years?
So in 5 years, hopefully dominating Manchester, in London. Yeah, just sort of like, you know, dominating the area, because at the moment, like for the next 5 years, 100%, we're not looking to like take, you know, mad profit. I'm certainly not looking to drive a Lamborghini and, you know what I mean, and do that. I want to build it so we can offer such a great service. We can offer better than the competitors because we're using your budget to the full, if that makes sense, because it's all about budget and sort of what you do with it. And yeah, so like in the next 5 years, just sort of making the best quality for the best price, and everyone sort of understands that and realises that, and, you know, we're the go-to guys around here. And then I think like end goal would be, you know, setting up a team in America, setting up a team in Dubai and all this, you know, having like a team around the world.
So we're global, baby.
Yeah, exactly, you know, going global. And it's quite, obviously it's hard to do, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I know exactly how I would do it,
yeah,
if I could do it.
It's not if but when, it's a matter of time.
Yeah, yeah. When that time comes, I know I'm going to approach it. It's just, let's get to that point. Let's smash England, and then we'll see what America's saying and stuff like that.
So I've got some unusual type of questions, and I ask this on every podcast. And you know this more than anyone, because you recorded it so many times.
You know what, I can't remember them. It actually will be organic, because I cannot remember
Okay.
them.
So the key to a successful life is?
This gets said so much, but it is so true. Happiness.
Yeah. The biggest lie about money is?
It makes you happy.
Oh, that's such a common question.
Yeah, but it's so true.
I think you just know because of all the other people.
That is so true.
It is. My purpose in life is?
I think to just be genuine and build something. It's not really a one word, but
No, that's all good. People would be better off if they?
I feel like don't listen to people's opinions that you don't want to be like. Because a lot of people do that. You know, they take advice off people they don't want to be like at all.
In positions they don't want to be in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Don't take advice off people in a position they don't want to be in.
It's kind of the same sort of one, to be honest. But if I had to give one piece of advice to someone, it would be?
Do your own thing.
Yeah.
Do your own thing. Don't like worry. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Be different in a way, and just be yourself as well. Genuinely being yourself is the best piece of advice. If you're a genuine guy, then you'll go far.
Okay, so when it's all said and done, I want to be known for?
I feel like just, yeah, like making people happy, just being genuine, 100%. Like, you know, that guy who can make people happy.
Well, there you have it. I think that's all we have time for today. Thank you very much, my friend.
Appreciate it,
as always. Well, yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all of that. We really appreciate it.